Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Tuesday morning. Got a good show lined up. Got some really good pictures and some good stories. But first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Going to be a little bit warmer. Low tonight's only going to get down to 39. It got really cool yesterday morning, but high today will be at 58. So it's going to be pretty nice. Water temperature is 62. River readings. Take a look at our river readings. They're brought to us by Watson's Landing Marina and Dry Storage. Apalachicola, Bluntstown is still high. It's breaking under 20 feet. Now it's falling, and that's a good sign, but 19.4, that's high. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville, it's 11.4, and it's falling a little bit too. Neither one of the rivers are falling really fast, but 11.4, that's high for the Choctawhatchee. So be aware of that if you're getting on the river. And again, we mentioned it before, on these slow falling, it's still got swift current. And when you got that swift current, you can have logs and limbs and all kind of debris out there, especially as everything sort of washed back into the channel. So always be careful on your boat. Don't be going full speed anywhere in this kind of weather. Really, around these rivers and all, we shouldn't be going to hammer down. That's one thing I have a problem with my bass fishing buddies. I tell them they don't have to go to hammer down all over the place, but they just got one vision. That's where they are. They're good folks now, but they just like to go fast. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. We're looking at some good tides. Today we'll be looking at Tuesday, January the 12th, and we're looking at strong tides. But now if you're looking for the weekend, we're going to have some neat tides, and this is a special weekend. The middle of January has always been special. It's Martin Luther King holiday. A lot of folks will be honoring that. A lot of folks will also be out in the woods and all, because we're getting a 3-day weekend. It's deer. We're talking about deer hunting's good and sheephead fishing. All things are good when you get that break. Okay. Marine forecast northwest at about 5 to 10. All right, let's take our break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Glad you're with us on this cool morning. We got some good pictures. We need to catch up on our pictures. Now, you folks been sending them in really good, and I've got some on Facebook. A lot of y'all sending them in. We appreciate it. And again, I ask y'all to just sort of be fascinated as I am about all the different things going on, even here in the middle of January, in the middle of winter. So let's start off. How about some fishing in January? Check this out. Here's Perry Nelson. Perry with some of his buddies, Sean Atkins, Jay White, but boy, they did a good job on the trigger fish. Good job, Perry Nelson. Perry's second from the left there. All right, he's catch baseball. Ryan McNeil. Ryan is one of the top red fishing guys around here, but he's just really, Ryan is always doing a good job, and he fishes a lot. Okay, good job, Ryan McNeil. Just want you to know the flounder are still out. Some really good flounder out here. There's a Bob Bennett. He sent this into Panama City fishing. He was in 70 foot of water now, 70 foot of water with bull minnows. But I've also got some pictures this weekend of folks actually gigging some, believe it or not, before the weather came in. Here's Trevor Horsley. You're going to see some nice bucks. Good job, Trevor Horsley. All right, so here's a nice mess of winter fish off the, that's some good whiting, right? That's some really good eating, okay, whiting there. All right, here's my buddy, Bowen McGuffin. Bowen graduated a couple years ago. He loves to hunt. He's got a dogs here. I got a series of pictures, but he's hunting. Bowen playing baseball at Gulf Coast. I think he's about finished out. He might be last year now, but Bowen was a good ball player, but what a fine young man and a good outdoorsman. I got a couple of pictures. Look at these dogs working now. That is beauty to behold to me, to watch these dogs working like that. Just, they're locked down on some birds, and Bowen's dad was telling me they hunt wild birds, which is rare, well, almost rare. It's unusual. Here they are right here. Some nice quail they got, some wild birds. They've got enough room. The wild bird population has come back pretty strong, and they have some good hunts there. Okay. Here's Mark Thomas. Mark said he broke a 6-year drought. Hadn't had a buck in 6 years, and Paul Thrasher and his wife took him out and up on Paul's land, and good job. Mark Thomas is a big outdoorsman. The Thomas family from a couple of generations have been good outdoorsmen. How about Chad Taylor? Chad's got, let's see, he's got 1 redhead and 2 buffalo heads. Got a lot of decals. I love that old truck. I don't see a Panhandle Outdoor decal on it. He needs to get one of them. And let's see. All right. That's Terry Kent right there. Good job, Terry Kent. Terry Kent used to be a principal. He's retired now. How about Mitch Coleman going out fishing over the weekend out of Mexico Beach? I guarantee you they had a big old fish fry. I don't remember getting invited to it. Let's end on this one. My parents had a TV like this. I remember because I was the remote. You folks from my generation know exactly what we're talking about. Okay? All right, that's enough right there. One thing I want to do, I've got an email here, but send those pictures in again. You got quail, deer, a sheephead, triggerfish, and all that just this past weekend. And a lot more buck pictures too. That's all I'm going to show you today. I'll show you some more tomorrow. Got an email right here. Hey Winston, just a quick note from the pier. Now this is from Bill Angevine. Bill is a great viewer, loyal viewer every day, and he fishes the pier as much, if probably more than anybody I know. He's out there, 12 months a year. He's a really good fisherman, and he stays out there a lot. So when I get an email from him about pier fishing, this is where the rubber meets the road because he's out there. Hey, just a quick update from the pier, the city pier now. It has been pretty slow. He's got that in capital letters, slow this fall and winter. I caught 1 bonita and 1 pompano in November and 3 blues on shrimp in December. Bonita and blues have been pretty good for a few days this month. A couple of flounder and a pompano from time to time. A friend of mine who comes to Panama City Beach from mid-October to mid-November kept track of what he caught this year, and he fishes the county pier. His total was 20 Spanish and 8 blues. He told me that that was about 10% of what he usually catches. Not sure if it's due to how long it took for the water to cool down, or the red tide, or the lionfish, or whatever. I'm hoping it'll pick up soon. I'm about to go to the city pier because the best fishing time's about to take place. I'm still waiting to hear my name called the winter prize, Bill Angevine. Bill, I got your names on the first right here when I put them in. All right. Thank you, Bill, for that report. Anytime you have reports like this, especially if you fish an area, hunt an area on a regular basis, send it in to us and we'll share it. That goes along with what we've been talking about. It's been the pier, both piers have been slow. And I personally think it has a lot to do with the red tide this year. This is slow as it's been. When you have a fisherman that, when somebody comes down to mid-October to vacation from mid-October to mid-November, that tells me two things. That person knows that is excellent fall fishing right there. And the second thing, it tells me that he had a bad fall. And because if he caught 10% what it normally catches, so that if it's it's always going to be a little bit off, up on this on your fishing and all from year to year in, year out. But this is really down. Okay, so thanks, Bill, for that report right there. Also, I had another thing I wrote this down. I had a viewer call me Saturday afternoon, one of our loyal viewers up there in way up there in the woods, and she was telling me that, you remember it rained Saturday, and that rain, I don't know if you watched the weather Saturday when it started raining. I watched that front when it started out there in Texas, and it started moving, and this is like Friday afternoon. They were predicting rain coming in Saturday at noon. I'm thinking to myself, this front way up there in Texas, and there's no way it's going to get here then, because a lot of times they slow down. And that thing just started coming, and it was in New Orleans, Biloxi, and Pensacola, and it flat out got here about noon Saturday. But I was fascinated watching the move. That was fast moving front. I don't know if you watch that kind of stuff, especially with the radar we have now. I don't sit around and watch it, but you just click on it because when you're planning outdoors. Anyway, it came through. It hit fast, hit hard, hit fast, and it was out of here. And I told Gail, we were coming back from Cape. I said, honey, I wish I was up in the woods now with this, it's stopped raining, and those deer are going to be walking, yeah. And she's just over there nodding her head, or maybe, I don't know if she was asleep or what. But anyway, a lot of folks headed to the woods after that rain came through. Well, this young lady went out there, the rain came through, went to a tree stand, got up there, got in a tree stand, and looked around, and there were dogs out there. And if you've been there, I've been there too, to get out of the tree stand, these dogs coming. And I love to dog hunt, dog hunted most of my life. But, dog hunters have to control. By law, we have to control our dogs. That's caused a lot of friction over the years. And my favorite time in my hunting life has been dog hunting in the morning and still hunting in the afternoon. I've done that for many, many years. And when I originally started doing it, those dog hunters thought I was a little off, but then some of them started doing it years later. So anyway, remember, and she had to actually get down from tree stand and go back to the house, frustrated, and I can understand it when you don't get to hunt a whole lot, and then you get there and the dogs run around all over the place. A deer's not going to be there. So dog owners, not just dog. I'm not just talking about dog hunters. These actually were not deer dogs. These dogs were at a house, belonged to at somebody. And the folks just let them run wild, and after the rain, they took off too and just ran way back in the woods. And we have to control our dogs, so it's by law. So she's going to call the FWC and see what she can do. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Got an email here. Let me read this email, then we'll show you some pictures. We're going to talk about bass fishing for a minute or two. This is hello, Mr. Chester. I came across your site while searching for bass fishing info. I'm staying in Panama City Beach through February and would like to do some freshwater bass fishing, but do not have any local knowledge. I'll be using my canoe mostly, but not opposed to shore fishing. I'll be trying Deer Point soon. Is that a good choice? Would you be able to share some places with me so I can catch some fish before I go home? Already tried Pate Pond and Black Creek, but struck out at both places. That's good that he found those two places. I catch and release. I always catch and release. Do you happen to know if the ramp at Cherokee Landing is open? If not, the dam landing is open down there. But I'll check on Cherokee. And also with the presentations and all, I'll tune in your show and watch it. Thank you. This is Joe Solode and Gloria DeLeo. So listen, probably a Tyndall guy or whatever, but I appreciate you watching the show. Glad to have you down here as a guest. And I'm going to show you, 10 places to go bass fishing. Now, you're going to, in fact, ironically, the first two places I wrote down are Black Creek and Pate Pond, so you know a little bit about it. So let me go just show the audience themselves, and I may not get through all these. I may have to stop and, but anyway, Black Creek. Let's take a look at Black Creek, and I just want to tell, a lot of people are watching that really don't know these places anyway, and bass fishing is right around the corner. Highway 20 in Freeport, you see that, and then going south, okay, on this road here, okay. Now I'm going to zoom in on it. This is, if you come down, this is the Black Creek. This is the landing right there, and that creek is an excellent place for fishing. But like I say, the water hadn't been good on river. Any kind of river-fed water hadn't been really good. And okay, Pate Pond, Pate Lake they call it. They go to Vernon and then go northwest out of Vernon. Okay. In fact, this is a map on how to get to it here. All right, then we got all the sandhill ponds right here. I just took an area photo. I didn't take the photo. This is Google Earth, but all the sandhill ponds you can see, mainly in Washington County and Northern Bay County. There's a ton of them. Some of them are private and some of them are open. Again, that offers some. I saw a picture, folks. We're talking about it. I saw a picture of a 20-pound bass in one of them, and I've checked it out. It's, so far as I know, it's a true story. We're going to find out more about it. Okay, of course, Deer Point Lake, and Cherokee Landing. If y'all know if the landing's still open, I used to duck hunt out of it. I don't know if it's still open. I've been up there in a while, but you got High Point Landing over on the right there, High Point Landing, and you got the dam right down at the dam that open. Deer Point Lake is good fishing. It's not great, but it's good fishing. You got Cedar Creek, you got Bear Creek, Bayou George, so you can check out those places up there, and also up at Cedar Creek Landing. All right, now let's quickly go down to Compass Lake. This highway. Let me see. I believe we got Compass Lake here. All right, here it is. That's going up 231. Compass Lake now is a private lake, but if you can get in with somebody, the folks, only a few people fish it. I've had people live up there tell me hardly on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning. A lot of times they don't see any boats out there fishing. It's a beautiful lake right off 231 before you get up there to Campbellton and all. But if you know somebody up there can go up there and fish. If you're going to catch and release, I don't think they'll mind you, especially taking your canoe there. That would be a really good place to bass fish. Okay, now let's go south of there. Let's come back down here to the bay. I'm going to point in Sandy Creek. Sandy Creek is right there above Bradfield Island. I'm going to zoom in on Sandy Creek. Sandy Creek, the old landing there, Maud Holmes, the old Holmes family has been there forever. Had been there. They sold it to the county years ago. But Sandy Creek is good bass fishing. You might catch a redfish, you might catch a bass, or you don't really know what you might catch right there. So that's good. Sandy Creek. Okay, now let's go Lake Seminole. It's a little bit of a drive, but again, there's some state parks that put into, especially on the Sneads Park, Lake Seminole State Park. You can go in on, right there at Sneads. There's a landing up there. Excellent fishing. It's a big lake. If you're in a canoe, I won't get too far out, but you can get out of the wind. It is really one of the top producing lakes. They have a lot of bass tournaments up there. If I was going to bass fish, I'd go with somebody up there around Lake Seminole right now. It's just some good fishing. Lake Seminole, that's a dam right there at Chattahoochee. All right, now let's move over. I want to come back down here to Lake Wimico. All right, you know, we have Port St. Joe. Directly east of Port St. Joe is Lake Wimico. And we'll talk about it a lot. I've done some shows out of Lake Wimico. I'm going to zoom in on it. This is Lake Wimico right here. You have the feeder creeks in, you have Depot Creek, Double Bayou. Then you have the intercoastal up there, top left. You have the intercoastal coming in, and again, those creeks are excellent fishing. Especially right now, though, it's going to be a little bit it's high. We were by there the other day, and water way up there was way up, even the intercoastal Lake Wimico. It's going to be Saws Creek and those areas. It's going to be high right now, but it's going to start going. It's going down, but that's going to be some really good bass fishing. Now let's go up straight north there, up north to Weewall, to the Dead Lakes area. Of course, there's not a dam there anymore. It's a beautiful area. On the left is. Let me zoom in on that. Okay, I'm not going to zoom in on it. We're going to keep it like that. West Arm, right there north, that West Arm area, some really good fishing, good fly fishing in there. I fish there. Bill Allen and I fish there a lot. The West Arm area, but anywhere up in the northern part of the Dead Lakes. And we're going to go on there to the, let's see, number 10. I just put 10 of these. This is Highway 20. Go north of 231, go east to Highway 20 like you go into Tallahassee, and go to, I'm going to zoom in on Lake Talquin. I call that my home lake. It was just where I grew up in that area. I'm going to even zoom in a little bit closer to, okay, this area right here. This is a Hopkins Landing Road. Okay, that right there, see that point? My granddad was a caretaker over there for many years and ran that boat landing for many years. It's a nice ramp, excellent fishing, and it's again, a good public ramp. The county owns it now, and it's right off 267 in Lake Talquin. Okay, so that's good right there. I'm going to talk more about it. I'm going to come right back after this break. All right, welcome back. What I'm looking up, well, first of all, let's do our fishing game times forecast brought to us by Mark Cowart of Counts Real Estate. I'm just going to hold it up right here. We're looking at our times today. We're looking at, and really it's going to be a pretty day. We're looking at, let me hold it still there, don't get dizzy, 146 to 346 this morning, and 213 to 413. Brought to us by Mark Counts Real Estate. And I was looking up Carter Track. Jeff said, don't forget Carter Track, and I can't pull it up. Carter Track is up there in Washington County in Greenhead, and it is an excellent, you're talking about, if you have a canoe, the Carter Track is a wildlife sanctuary as far as hunters, as preserve, I mean, and you can go in there and you can fish it, or you can hunt it on weekends. It's excellent fishing for this time of year. So Carter Track would be your best bet right there. Now let's go ahead and add some names. I had that list of names somewhere. Bill Angevine was first, remember? There they are right here. All right, here we go. I'm going to add names real quick. Bill Angevine, Chris Barnes Cottondale. All right, Marie Borges. Okay, this is Borges family. They got a lot of them here. Big family. Donna Borges. Dave Borges. Arlene Borges. Phil Hester. Phil left me a note. His buddy won twice last year, but he didn't win, so we'll try to trade around this year. Terry Jones, Youngstown. Joanne Jones, Youngstown. Sam McBroom, DeFuniak Springs. Bonnie McBroom, DeFuniak Springs. We got a lot of viewers up in DeFuniak. Steve McBroom, I appreciate that. Defuniac. Lisa Nemes, Stephen Nemes, I believe I pronounced that right. Krista Powell, Terry Sidney, Laird Bayou. Good place to fish over there. Sandy Sidney, Laird Bayou. Arthur Tullis, Youngstown. And Jan Best, Panama City. All right, keep them coming. And we're gonna be drawing again pretty soon. Keep them. All right, let's sit over here. Now, I got several more things, and the clock on the wall just won't slow down for me. One thing I was going to say, let's see, February, we're going to get in February pretty soon. There's February the 20th now is going to be the first Emerald Coast Redfish Tournament. I've got it written here, February the 20th. And the payout, tomorrow we're going to talk about the payout. The payout is set up now for not just the power boats, but also they got a payout set up for the kayakers that fish in it. So that's going to be a good deal. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Also, the thing about it, if you can join it, I've been pushing it pretty hard. But it's so neat to be able to fish a tournament with local guys along the Emerald Coast. So really, if you're into red fishing and all, I'd encourage you to do it. So let's move on. I wrote things down for this weekend. One thing I wrote down, I started looking at the calendar last night. From Thursday, if you count 9 weeks from Thursday, it'll be March the 17th, and that tells you one thing, that's the Spanish run. So we're only 9 weeks away from the Spanish mackerel run. So it's going to be here before you know it. And that's always the signal, the first thing going on here. Also wrote down I saw some pictures of people cast netting during the Christmas holidays, during the warm weather. They were cast netting in the Gulf and catching mullet. So this mullet, they were slow getting out of the bay because it was so warm, but they were still catching some even in December, which is not unusual. But we're getting some reruns now. One more thing, this weekend, we're going to get ready to do some ditch fishing. So we're going to hope to do a show and I hope to catch some fish. So ditch fishing all along the river system is going to be really strong this weekend, perfect time to go ahead and catch some fish, and also the peak of the rut in our area is going to be here. So we've got a big weekend coming up. All right, so let's wrap it up. Thank you all so much for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate your viewership. You do something good for your fellow man. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.